When we left the border area a few hours ago, there were still clashes going on. You could hear the sounds of explosions across from where we were in the Syrian town of Ras Al Ain. The stop to the military operations is supposed to be supposedly gone into effect at midnight local time. Right now it's 1 a.m. here, so it's been 1 hour since the 120-hour clock has started to run down. The YPG sources that we are following are expressing confusion. There are some kinds of conflicting positions taken by different YPG leaders and commanders. It's not clear whether the YPG is completely agreed to all of the terms of the agreement. Some are suggesting that the stop to the operations would only be in the two areas where the bulk of the fighting has been going on over the last 9 days in Tel Abyad and Ras Al Ain. Others have outright rejected any agreement that would allow Turkey to take troops 30 kilometers deep into Syria. The key here now is that the U.S. is going to have to use its influence on the SDF, the YPG groups in northeast Syria that are affiliated with the PKK to move away from the Turkey border over the next 5 days. And that is going to be key to making sure that this agreement between Turkey and the U.S. Is a success. We've also heard from the lady. Her name is Buthaina Sha'ban. She is an advisor, a media and political advisor to Bashar al-Assad. She's been in the upper echelons of the Syrian regime's government for many years now, and she spoke to the Russian television station RT, and she told them that the terms of the deal between between the United States and Turkey are not clear, and that any kind of Turkish presence in northeast Syria would be considered an occupation. And that is a clear sign that Damascus has still yet to be informed about the details of this agreement. And it's still in the very early hours of this agreement, and we're eagerly waiting to see how this will develop further.
Abeda, we know that the YPG have moved towards Russia and also to Syria as well. Do we know if we've had any reaction yet from the Kremlin or from Damascus?
We haven't heard, as I just mentioned, any official reaction as of yet. After the agreement was announced, the Buthaina Sha'ban, who spoke after the agreement was announced, but she is only an advisor to Bashar al-Assad. We haven't heard anything from the Kremlin or from Damascus officially yet. The Kremlin spoke a couple hours before Vice President Pence and President Erdogan met in Ankara and said that Russia was working with Turkey to ensure Turkey's national security and to protect Turkey's border. However, it did not mention any details about whether it would be actually sending its troops or sending regime forces to the border areas or to take permanent positions between the YPG and Turkey-backed Syrian National Army forces that were advancing. It only said that it was working with Turkey to make sure that Turkish forces and regime forces did not engage in any kind of violent conflict. So it's still not clear what position Russia and the Assad regime are taking towards this deal between Turkey and the United States.